Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to be playing the deck that I got to Mythic with this season. I was, let's see, I think 1700, like 50-ish, maybe 25-ish, and I just got straight to Mythic with no losses. I made some changes from the very first time I had it on the channel where I had like Brawling Behemoth. I really dropped the curve. I added the tracker as another way of dealing with Thing in the Ice and Mizium Monstrosity on curve. So I'm just gonna kind of go through the list and give you guys some tips on how to play it. Also, Trasga streams this game. He's, you know, he's not like a big streamer or anything, but he streams Spellslingers. He's a really cool guy. I popped into his stream about a week ago, told him that I hit Mythic with this, and he proceeded to play it on stream for like 4 or 5 days, and he climbed to like top 14 with it, and we were both making like adjustments with it. This is not the version that he ended up tweaking it to, but this is how I personally think the best way to play it is. But regardless, there's a lot of different colored creatures you can run and still do extremely well. I mean, getting top 14 with it's pretty cool, and I enjoyed just talking to him. But the deck's proven itself to me, it's proven itself to him, and I think Vivien is incredibly powerful right now. Worst matchup is probably Teferi, but I think it is really doable. So with all that being said, we're playing the Woodland Hermitage because starting turn 6 you have a chance to draw a creature from your deck instead of getting an empty mana gem. So this is basically your draw power because the rest of the deck is just a mid-range beat you to death deck. And so while it's annoying when it procs sometimes because you really want to get to 6 for like 4 and 2 drop creature or like 4 and Grudge match, it helps way more than it doesn't. Dead-onator I'm really big on. I know some people aren't, but the entire point of this deck is to play the best possible thing you can play on curve, okay? Vivien's upgrade ability is not what makes Vivien good. What makes Vivien good is her passive, where you can just play 8 creatures of any color. And that's really what makes her strong. So what Vivien is to me is she's basically ensuring that you can run the best creatures on curve no matter the colors, and I think that's really powerful. And I hate all her signature cards. Like, I just hate them all because I mean, Beast Bonder is okay, but we're not upgrading enough to make Beast Bonder worth it. But Arrow and Bow piss me off a lot. I just don't think that they're any near what Vivien's supposed to do. And so, how I think about Vivien is you play the best thing you can on curve, and if you can't do that, you supplement that with her upgrade ability to making things that aren't on curve equal to or better than what would have been on curve anyway. So like if I have 2/2 drops and it's turn 3, then instead of playing a 2-drop and not utilizing all my mana, I can then upgrade the 2-drop, make it as strong if not better than a 3-drop, and just continue to just have powerful things on curve that snowball. And so what we're trying to do is we have these best stats on curve, so we get valuable trades, and we can just keep building up the board, removing things and pushing damage through, and it's just a snowbally mid-range beatdown deck, and it is a ton of fun. It's I don't know if it's easy to play, just because I see people misplay with it a lot. They misuse Vivien a lot. They use way too many of her upgrades, I think, but I think a lot of that also goes into the deck construction. And another reason I run so many hasters along with the Wurm's Wake is because that's another edge I have in the control games, because anytime anyone answers what I'm doing, I can apply pressure quickly, apply it again very quickly. So everything in here is extremely deliberate. So 2-drop 4/4 finale, deal 4 damage to yourself. That part doesn't matter because he's gonna usually net you a lot more than that because he starts the snowballing really early. And so like, let's say imagine you get like the 2/1 upgrade, right? So then on turn 2 you're playing a 6/5 because we don't have any 1-drops. So if we are going first, we're just always gonna bank the upgrade and then play really strong 2-drops. Elvish Archer 2-drop 2/4 with reach. That reach is actually important, and it's just a stat stick. Let's see, Tusker 2-drop 4/3 stat stick. Grudge match, our creatures are bigger than their creatures on curve, so we can remove their stuff with our stuff staying there, and we push more damage through. And that's a common theme through this deck. Watchwolf, 2-drop, 3/4, most broken 2-drop in the game. So when you can run it, you run it. Rotting Baboon, 3-drop, 3/5. He doesn't look like he's special, but I'm telling you, when you start just beating people down with stats, a 3/5 on 3 is really good. So like Tusker or Watchwolf into Rotting Baboon, you've already got like a really resilient sticky board. Blindside, our things are bigger. They're probably going to have more attack than them. So it's basically, it says, you know, spend 3 mana, kill whatever's on the board at the time. Growth Protector, debut, fully heal a friendly creature. So since our things are bigger, our opponent's going to have to block to not die, and our things will most likely survive. And our opponent might be planning on 2-for-1ing with 2 blocks. Then Grove Protector comes out, heals it, and now they're in even more trouble than they were before. Tracker does the same thing that Grudge Match and Blindside does. Wurm's Wake is a 3-drop 5/5. The only drawback is that you can't play it. You can't block the same turn because it comes out at the end of your opponent's turn. But yeah, it's just another enormous thing. And then also, it'll help you against Day of Judgment. So you can set up boards in such a way that when your opponent goes for the Day of Judgment, you'll get a 5/5 at the end of their turn, and then you can summon like a Mongrel or a Firespout Elemental and just push a ton of damage and probably kill them, right? So Vicious Mongrel, 4-drop 4/5 haste. Stat stick with haste, it's exactly what we want for tempo. Blighthoof Boar, after this survives the fight, he gets +2/+2, so you can force that with Grudge Match and Tracker, and then he's just an absolute beast. And then we have Stag as another way of removing blockers, dealing with flyers, and just pushing more damage through. Also, giving this an upgrade sometimes is funny because you know, you can get a lot more value when it fights, and then it'll have more survivability against bigger things when it fights, so it's pretty good. And then Firespout Elemental, 5-drop 6/6 haste. At the start of your turn, deal 2 damage to yourself. That part really doesn't matter, like Dead-onator, because you're just the one that is pushing the aggression. You're pretty much controlling the narrative when you play this deck a lot of the time, and it's just very hard to deal with. And then we have the Briarhorn, which is almost like Grove Protector in some instances, because it'll keep your board alive and continue the snowball effect, or give you a favorable trade. It's also pretty funny in some scenarios when something with flying, like you got an upgrade, a flying upgrade or a sneak upgrade, and you can just push even more damage that way. So Briarhorn, I feel like, is very flexible. And even on turn 5, if you just make a 5-drop 7/7 along with the other board state that you have, that's, you know, just very stat heavy, that alone can just be game ending. So this is the deck. And also, if you notice, there's only one epic in the whole deck, and that's the land. Everything else is common and rare. So it's extremely free to play friendly. People that say this game is not free to play friendly do not know what they're talking about. There's so many people that started late, you know, 2-3 months after the game's release, and they already have almost all the cards. And even if you're not one of those people, like I said, this is the only epic. So if I can get to Mythic, climb with it whenever I choose, other people can climb to high Mythic with it. I mean, it's proven itself, it works, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and let's get into it. Alright, so reversing Chandra, that's pretty much a completely free win. Should be, unless, you know, catastrophe strikes. Yeah, good matchup. It's been a minute since I've seen a Chandra. Not too long, though. Well, the archers are really good, but I'll just keep one. Grudge Match is pretty good here. Dead-onator, okay, not too bad.
I heard the stadium needs
if this upgrade is strong, I might just lead off with the Elvish archer. I hate Vivien's cackle, it's obnoxious.
The grandmother's house. Huh.
Okay, I'm going second, so I don't want them to just pass though, and I don't have something that directly contests that, so I'm actually going to go Dead-onator. Because if they pass on 2, I'd be looking at a 4/3, and then it would force me to have to Grudge Match, which I'm not a fan of. Now, if I block and they shock it and I take 4, I was going to take 2 from the shock anyway, so it's not that bad. I really wish you would stop doing that. I don't like Grudge Match here. Makes this really susceptible to everything. I think I'm just gonna go for Archer here. And if they find a way of removing this, I can Grudge Match and kill this and retain the Archer. So that's what I'm gonna do. There's no hurry. Eventually they should get overwhelmed by stats. Especially if I have a Wurm's Wake. I'm gonna take 4 either way, so I might as well just get the thing off the board, yeah? I think that's fine.
Smashy, smashy! Isn't the moon lovely?
Okay. If I go Wurm's Wake, I'll have to take another 4. But the other option is like Grudge Matching this and attacking, which doesn't feel particularly great. I think sadly it has to be Wurm's Wake. I think everything else is just a little underwhelming. Maybe he thinks I'm holding up like a growth or something. But this is a pretty obvious Wurm's Wake, I think.
We'll go right through them.
Okay, let's get this off the board. I'll take 1 more damage just to get something off the board.
No quarter.
It's getting kind of scary here. That's fine. That's better than a going face. Okay, and now I think we can finally switch to beating face, I think. If I played this, he could flame shot, kill everything, attack, make me trade. But that's the same thing happens if I do this in Grudge Match, right? If I do this in Grudge Match, yeah, same thing. So let's just play this. And hopefully I can proc the Grudge Match with the Boar and do some real damage here. Also get, you know, I could also just make a 7/7 with Briarhorn next turn. Or spread the stats around even further and make my Wurm an 8/4. Yeah, I knew he had a flame shot. They always do. Yeah, and I'm gonna take this because I just don't want to get into too low health here. It's not worth it. I don't want to play Firespout Elemental yet.
Good morning.
So let's just make a 7/7. Okay. Especially when they have that land too. I could kill myself with the elemental by accident.
Call me Dragon.
Yeah, this is fine. I can double remove and hit him for 8 potentially. Okay, I don't even have to do that. Man, if I had 6 mana, I could do some serious work here. Actually, I think I want to add dudes to the board. So let's just do this. Yeah, this is obviously the right play. That's fine.
Face me, coward!
I'm not sure if that was worth it by them, but could be setting up another flame shot. But I have hasters, so I can start making up for it. I don't think I've used Vivien's ability once this game, and I really think that's the right way of using her most of the time. Use her ability as a mana sink, and you know,
We'll go
that's just
right
how you do
through
it. Just can't block. It's fine.
My friend doesn't like you. No.
All right, cool. So I can blindside and hit him for 13. Excuse me, grudge match. I don't think Growth Protector on this is worth the tempo. Very nice. Yeah, and this could take this, but that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing off the top that's gonna win in the game. So it's all good. Yep.
I missed.
Okay, still dead. Cool, so they just let all that happen so they could then scoop, but yeah, we knew that was, you know, we're heavily favored there. Alright, so Reanimator Lily, I usually win the match, strangely enough, but we can definitely lose it if they pop off. You know, like Conveyor on 2 or 3, depending on if they go second into Zombify. But I do usually win this matchup, but yeah, it's very, very losable. This is pretty close to ideal, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty close to ideal. I can get rid of a 2/2 zombie and push damage, which is really important.
Put on a good show.
That's a good one.
Hold nothing back.
Very nice one indeed. Yeah, the Reanimator. Darn. Yeah, a 5/5 on turn 2 seems pretty good. Very reasonable. Okay, so that's Transparent Hallway. I'll attack into it, I have to. Okay, it's that one. It's a lot better for me. Because that only serves them for 1 block. Deciding if I want to go Baboon or Dead-onator. I think I want to go Dead-onator. It's just more stats, attack-wise.
Tear it all down.
Yeah, because if he just goes Conveyor Belt, I can Grudge Match and push 10 damage. And that's kind of what I'm saying about this, the way to win here. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
So we're going to attack, use an upgrade, and bring the Worm's Wake online here. Hopefully they don't negate it.
Hold nothing back.
Ooh, Relentless is really strong. Yeah, a negate on the Worm's Wake would be really bad, but that means they also didn't do anything their turn. More expensive than 2, so could be worse. There's the Conveyor Belt. Yeah, they bring that back, I'm in trouble. So I'm gonna Stag to add more stats. Mongrel's excellent. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so yeah, let's get one of these. Armor, okay.
Tear it all down.
Grim's gonna take this, but you know, it could be worse. Grim. They're at 9. If the land doesn't proc, I think I can win with Mongrel and Grudge Match, but it'll be hard. Yeah, here's some return.
Way for Grim! New friend for Grim.
Yeah, getting that other body is a real pain. Okay, so I could get rid of those 2 and then swing and just try and go wide enough. I mean, that's what I have to do. I just gotta push and hope I can squeeze it out. Which one do I want to Grudge Match? If I grudge match this, then this can get drain blooded. So I'm gonna grudge match with one that will not be able to be drain blooded after, so they can't mop up my board as easily. That's what we're gonna do here. Now they can obviously still block here and drain blood this, but they won't be able to stop maximum damage. Okay, so that's like the worst one to block. So thank you. Maybe they have another infest. That's kind of what it looks like to me. Yeah, I think it's another infest. I'm obviously taking that.
You are tied.
Infest. Zombify. Anticipate. Infest. I knew he was gonna have Drain Blood just because that would be like. Yeah, I wasn't expecting 2 Drain Bloods, bro. Thanks. But you're dead, so. Yeah, you can block. Even if you block this one, this is games. This is exactly. Well, let's be proper about this, guys. Okay.
Show them your teeth.
Well, yeah, this is what I was saying before. Oh wait, no. Are they gonna block and then get reborn and then steal the? That's so stupid.
New friend.
That's really dumb. Yeah, I forgot about how that would work. Yeah, Grimgrin is just obnoxious, and there's no other way around that. Like, he just single-handedly stopped basically 3 things. He can't attack though, which is kind of funny. So if there's no other creature here, that's Transparent Hallway if he just leaves 3 up. Which is really sad news. Wait. Is it still game? Yeah, it's still game. Even through Transparent Hallway. Yeah, the game was trying so hard to give it to him, man. But yeah, that's how you usually beat this matchup, is just going wide and just attacking through everything and hoping it's enough. Like I said, it usually is enough. It's just it gets real close sometimes, but yeah, I almost always win that matchup with this Vivien deck. Okay, going against Angrith. I think it's our matchup, but they can burn us for sure. So seeing grudge matches and blindsides and trackers is going to be important to hit the things with sneak, just so they don't get in those little bits of damage that accumulate over the course of the game. Yeah, we're putting all this back since we're going first. Need to have a 2-drop would be great. That's not a 2-drop. That's not a 2-drop. That's a 2-drop. The game was making me sweat for a moment. And now I just need another 2 or a 3 in the next 3 turns. So
I heard this stadium needs wrecking.
Fight me!
Qui-Gon Jinn. Okay. That's not how you spell Qui-Gon Jinn, right? Alright, yeah, now we've got all the stats in the world. I find this curve in particular to be extremely powerful.
Tear it all down.
I mean, how many stats is that for 5 total? It's a 6/9 for 5. Yeah, that's fine. That's not fine. That's actually really obnoxious. It was only fine if that was like their turn, but since they had the gem, of course they could do dumb things. Going second in this game is broken. I will block, even though that opens me up to be shocked and such. Actually, Wolf into Baboon into Stag is a fantastic curve, man. And the Firespout Elemental. Really hard to ask for a better curve than this. Yeah. No one's surprised. I respect it. highly unfortunate for me. Ooh, I have a blocker now. Well then. See if I can give this... Okay.
Hold nothing.
I was going to try and give it a better chance of living. Really wanted to go Baboon there, but needed a way to block that Dead-onator effectively. I'm not sure what for 3 they have that I'm super scared about. Maybe it's like just changing the chains into a Minotaur, but I would just take it and trade with the 3-1, and if they just swing with the Dead-onator and the Minotaur, I'm not taking any damage, and then I can stag the 3-1, so I don't think they have a particularly good line here. Please don't have some kind of crazy trap. Okay, good. That's okay. Okay might be an exaggeration. Another Watchwolf, huh? I kind of just want to stag this just to make sure he never gets any value out of it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stag this and just use the stag to chump the Dead-onator. Okay, could be worse. And then I could use Blindside and Watchwolf next turn. Blindside to finish off the Dead-onator. Or I could just Watchwolf and Rotting Baboon. I'm not taking the 5. I don't want to get into Lava Axe range. Just nothing, because Angrith can run some weird stuff. And they have a lot of reach, so... And sneak creatures, so I'm just not about it. No thank you. I could even just attack, see if they'll trade, and if they trade, I could just Watchwolf and Rotting Baboon next turn. Honestly, kind of like that. Stop trying to hold on to the Watchwolf so much. Let's find out together. Yeah, you know what? Forget the Blindside play. I'm just doing this. That's okay. That's an even trade. Yeah, this is fine. That's a really weird thing to run. I don't think it's bad, though. That works for me. And I've got big, juicy hasters in my hand, so I'm going to start making them have to deal with me.
That's more like it.
So I'm looking down, I'm just playing with a bottle cap. I like to fidget.
Show 'em what pirates do best.
Yeah. Blindside's looking pretty good right now. Could also just Firespout Elemental. I actually kind of like Firespout Elemental. I want to put him on the back foot. So you can trade with my Baboon. You can try and block the 6 damage. But I think this followed up by Mongrel is going to be really good. Ooh, someone is someone's brave. Maybe they can get rid of the 6/6 somehow and just push a ton of damage in return. I don't know. It's very interesting though. I guess they figure if they block, they're dead, which they're not wrong. Gonna go on the flyer, I'm assuming. Why wouldn't you use chains this turn? Shouldn't he have used chains and made that like a 5/2? Or made the flyer a 6/1 and that a 3/2? I think not using chains there was a mistake. Because this game is going to be over very soon. So, sitting with charges there can't be right. Yeah, I'll gladly not take 5 here. And if they want to dump another resource into this, I'm totally fine with that. And if they don't, then I have Growth Protector and a Blindside, hopefully, if my land doesn't proc again, which is really strong. So, seems like another win. Yeah, if you're going to do it now, then definitely should have done it before, right? Oh, they can't block. So, I mean, I can just Blindside the 4-2 and just win that way. Yeah, just in case there's something else silly. Yeah, like a Molten Misstep or something. Who knows, they're running weird traps, but yeah, another easy win. Alright guys, that'll be it for today's video. Got some easy wins. I have a lot of fun with this mid-range snowball-y strategy. Sometimes you just want to beat face, and this is the perfect deck for that. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.